It's live? Okay, thank you. Ryan. Hey, Ryan, how are you?
Hey, George. I've got about 10 seconds, and we are live.
You bet.
WBIG1280.com.
Back on the big wake-up call, AM 1280 WBIG. I'm Ryan Gatenby, and always have so much fun talking to my next guest. He always has great ideas for cooking and entertaining no matter what the season, and this is absolutely perfect. As we got 4th of July coming up next week, let's talk with Chef George Duran. Good morning.
Good morning, Ryan. I love being on WBIG. Thanks for having me on again.
We love having you. I appreciate it, and I know you've always got something fun and original and tasty for us.
Yeah, you know what? Everyone's talking about how hot of a summer it's going to be, so one of the things to do is to stay cool. You got to add some color to your 4th of July barbecue, and I'm working with Smirnoff Ice red, white, and berry flavored malt beverages. Let me tell you something. They are perfect in a bottle or a can or even making a fruit punch with it. It's fantastic. They even have a Smirnoff's red, white, and berry limited edition spirit to make the America Mule drink with cherry, blue raspberry, and citrus flavor combinations. Both of these drinks are so refreshing. They're amazing. And finally, you got to make my green tea martini, a little bit of Smirnoff 21 vodka, some brewed green tea, and if you want to make a big batch of green tea, no problem. I'm using the Capresso iced tea maker. It makes up to 80 ounces of your favorite tea in as little as 10 minutes and custom brews using a gorgeous glass pitcher. You can adjust from mild to strong with Capresso's flavor enhancer, and it works with tea bags, or you can even use a removable permanent filter for loose tea. And those are the drinks just to start with.
That green tea martini sounds awesome, and that's the trend was a few years ago, those green apple martinis. I thought those were sickeningly sweet, but green tea martini, that sounds awesome.
And you can balance it with just the right touch of honey, with lemon in there, that Smirnoff 21 vodka, and the green tea, the freshly brewed green tea. It really makes a world of a difference. Imagine serving nice martini also for your 4th of July barbecue. Wouldn't that be nice?
That sounds awesome. You know, it's a more upscale. Put the kids to bed and have a more upscale barbecue with martinis.
I like that. Now you're talking my language. Put the kids to bed already. Hey, let's talk about food, because with all this drinking, you got to fill up your belly too a little bit. So what I'm cooking up these days are herb chicken kebabs and even some mouth-watering pineapple salsa chicken. That's right. I'm making pineapple salsa from scratch and using chicken to kind of blend it together, and it's so amazing. And the key to both of these dishes is fresh, flavorful chicken. In fact, Just Bare Chicken has natural and organic varieties with no antibiotics ever, no added hormones, no animal byproducts, and no artificial additives. This is how you have to cook chicken, exactly like this, perfectly natural chicken with no ever antibiotics in them. And one of the things that people ask me all the time is, hey, what type of cheese do you use on your burgers? And boy, I love talking about cheese anytime. So I love to use Jarlsberg cheese with its mild, nutty, and mellow flavors. And I've made some exclusive burgers for Jarlsberg. One of them's called the Marvelous Meltdown. It's a nice, thick, juicy, beefy burger. But on top of it goes, we put a nice ooey gooey Jarlsberg cheese fondue all over it. And then I have another one called the Melted Maui Madness. Well, I grilled pineapple rings, and I use them as buns for sweet and low-carb burger. In fact,
I like that.
Isn't that nice? Starting July 2nd, you can go to jarlsberg.com. You get all those burger recipes over there. And you can even enter in their sizzling summer burger contest to win a grill kit and even a big green egg.
Well, George, maybe you can help me out here, because you're talking about grilling chicken, and you're always terrified that you have to cook chicken all the way through, but whenever I do, it just winds up being dry and overcooked. What do I do to get it just right?
Well, one of the things you got to do is invest in a good instant rethermometer, and you want to cook it up to 165 degrees. When it reaches 160 to 165 degrees, take it off the grill right away, and right there you're sure that the chicken will be juicy. You got to keep with quality style chicken like Just Bare Chicken, and also what you can do is to make sure it's juicy, use thigh meat. Thigh meat tends to, even if you overcook thigh meat, it still is kind of more tender and juicier at the end of the day. You can also brine your chicken breasts, for example, put them in a little bit of salt water. Even if it's for an hour, it'll make a world of a difference, and your chicken, even if you overcook it, will still be nice and juicy.
Because you know what it's like. You're having a party, you're manning the grill, and somebody's going to distract you. And timing is everything, right?
Absolutely, it is. And again, if you're not good with the timing, stick with it with the thighs. The darker meats, you can overcook them, and they'll still be nice and tender and juicy. Hey, I want to talk a little bit about snacks today, actually, because that's one thing that people forget about is snacks. And one of the snacks that I've been working with, and I absolutely love, are pop chips. They have incredible flavors. Some of my favorites are spicy, zesty jalapeno cheddar and sea salt. Plus, they have a big crunch line of ridges with buffalo ranch, tangy barbecue, cheddar, and sour cream. But the best part about pop chips is that they're never fried and have half the fat of regular chips, so you can eat well and feel good all summer long. So it's nice to have a nice little balance there, isn't it?
I especially like that because you go to a party and you try to the rest of the year you're trying to be mindful at a party. I like mindless eating. I just want to nibble and have fun.
This is the way to do it with pop chips, without a doubt. And you can't forget about dessert. It's funny, everybody says, all right, I'm working so hard for the main courses and the snacks and the drinks, but I don't have time to make a dessert from scratch. And I tell them, here's what you got to do. It's a very simple dessert. I'm working with Hostess Bakery Petites Cake Delights and Crispy Thins. So these Cake Delights are white fudge vanilla cake balls. They're so beautiful. They almost look like they're sophisticated, beautiful cake balls, pretty much. And they have these chocolate brownie crispy thins and the first thin crispy cookie to hit the baked goods aisle. These Hostess Bakery Petites have no artificial flavors, colors, or high fructose corn syrup. And of course, they're baked in the USA. So put them in a platter, serve them after your guests are pretty much full, and they say, well, I don't want anything too complicated. This is simple, sophisticated, and absolutely delicious, made with only the finest ingredients.
Presentation is everything for dessert, right? If I put it on a fancy platter, people are going to think I did it.
That's absolutely right. Heck, why not? You could put toothpicks or chopsticks on it and call them cake pops and serve them and say that you made them from scratch. Why not? Take credit. That's all right. Hostess won't mind.
All right, see, now my barbecue is going to be so much more fun than everybody else's, George. I always appreciate your advice. And where can people go to find out more? Yeah,
more information and all the recipes, just check out dailylounge.com.
Perfect, George. Have a wonderful 4th of July, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Ryan, I love being on WBIG. Thank you.
And we are back to wrap up on the Big Wake Up Call next.